Hey guys, good morning. I was about to do a little bit of a crafty project this morning and I thought, why don't I record this because somebody else might want to see how this is done too. For my reward to myself for journaling for 250 days straight, I purchased a plotter Bible-sized planner system. It's a bit of an indulgence, I know, but I was really proud of myself for journaling for 250 days straight. So rewards work for me. One of the best features about this is the project manager folders that they offer. And that is basically a cardstock section divider where you can put pages that fit inside your sized plotter binder, and you can group your projects together. And it also provides a level of privacy because if you're flipping through your book, these projects are mostly hidden. There's a little strip that's shown where the pages meet, but it's a really nice way to keep your projects organized and together and a little bit private. And then a really cool feature about them is the way that they are designed. So these are the loose pages as they come. You buy them in refill packages, either from Plotter or lots of other companies make these now. And you write your notes on these, and then this is the project manager. It's sized specifically for the binder that you buy, so you have to make sure that you get the right size. But when folded, this double row of holes lines up to a single row, which lines up perfectly with the pages that you're using. And everything groups together and slides neatly into your binder, which makes it the ultimate modular system. Plotters are designed to be minimal. You only keep what you need with you for that day. So the project that I'm working on is my inventory project and my order placing project. So I've got that group in here. When it's finished, I will take this group out and put it in an archive that I keep at home and not carry it around with me and have it take up space. But as much as I like the color on these, and they are really beautiful, and I love the texture of these papers, they're not going to last forever because it is paper. And I'm a frugal kind of guy, so I decided I would try to make my own. And I did. Here's an example of a couple that I made using the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo vellums. And I thought, what a great way to use these vellums. They're just as durable as this heavier paper cardstock that Plotter did, and I can cut them to size using my scoring machine and cutting machine and make my own. So here's the quick lowdown on how to do that. First, you get your vellum that you can either purchase from the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo, or you can download the digital file after purchasing it and print your own at home, and that's what I did. If you want to see a video on that process, let me know in the comments, because I found it to be tricky, but I am also technologically inept. So if you are in the same camp and want to learn from some of my mistakes, feel free to comment and I'll whip up a quick video. So basically, I made a cardstock template of the project manager that I purchased from Plotter and cut it out so that I have the exact specifications. Now I'm using that template to lightly draw with a pencil on the back side of my vellum, not the side that's going to face outward, but the inside. And you can tell because the colors on the outside are a little bit more vibrant than the colors on the inside. So I want the inside to be the part that's hidden from view. So I'm even going to go so far as to draw the templates for the holes. This is not necessary, and you'll see why in just a little bit, but I am a little bit OCD, so I just like to do things to completion. So I'm using my pencil to lightly draw those. And while I've got this page lined up, I'm just going to pull it down slightly so I can see the top edge, because these score marks that I've got are going to be important later on. So I'm just going to mark where that goes as well. Now I've got precise measurements lightly traced on my vellum paper, and I can set that aside. The other tools you'll need for this project are a scoring and cutting board. This one is from a company called We Are Memory Keepers. I got it on Amazon. It's really cool because it's portable in the sense that it folds up pretty small. You just unfold it and you've got a large surface to work on. Sorry for the loud noise. This is not supposed to fall out. This guide, one way helps you score and the other way helps you cut. We're going to be cutting. Nope, that's wrong. I want the flat side down. There. And it comes with this scoring tool. Some companies will call this a bone scraper. I guess these used to be made out of bone. This one's made out of plastic, and it works just fine. It came with this, so I'm using it. You'll also need your vellum printed on thick vellum. This is the brand that I use, Olympio. I also got this on Amazon. And a hole punch. Now you can find hole punches that will handle the plotter 6 rings. Some of them have 5 rings, but most of them have 6 rings. But they're pretty specifically spaced apart. So make sure that your hole punch, whatever you get, aligns with the brand Bible, or I'm sorry, the brand planner that you purchase. It doesn't have to be plotter. There's a lot of different companies that offer these modular organization systems, but just make sure that your hole puncher is spaced accordingly. This particular one is from a company called Knox, which is a sister company of Plotter, and it is actually designed to fit inside the system. I can put this on the rings and carry it around with me. I don't do that because I make this stuff at home and take the projects with me, but it's very, very flat. It will only do a couple of sheets at a time, which is fine for working with vellum. So once I've got my tools set up, it's a really quick matter of getting this together. Find your lines. I'll do this side first. This is the channel that your blade will cut down. So find your score mark, line it up with the inside of that, make sure that it's flush along the top edge, and just zip your page down. This is the part where I have a disclaimer and say, watch your fingers. This is also the part where I say, measure twice, cut once. Vellum's expensive. Don't waste it by having inaccurate measurements, and make sure that part of your measuring includes lining up properly and making sure your top edge is flush. You want your 90-degree angles for a project like this. There we go. So I've got my piece of paper that's the correct size for that. Somewhere on here, I've got marks for my scoring right there and right there. The cool thing about this board is it's got these grooves in it, and you just line up your score mark inside one of those grooves. I aim for the center of it. Take your tool's edge, drop it right into the top of that groove, and run it down. Maybe twice. Don't do it too much because it's vellum, it will tear. And then do the other one. Now you can fold that over and it makes a nice crease, but it could be sharper. So I use the edge of the scraper. And now you've got that. And then do your other one. And use your scraper to get a nice sharp crease. Now your hole punch, you can see through the paper where the guides are, but your hole puncher should also have a guide, whether it's specifically designed for 6-hole punch that's fixed in that you don't have to worry about the spacing of the holes every time you punch, or it's a movable type of hole puncher where you can arrange the holes in various configurations. You should have a guide on that. This one has it on the edge, and you just line it up there, clamp it down, make sure all 6 holes are punched out. So you only have to try to do this once. I've learned the hard way that if you have to go back in, if you're not perfectly lined up to the previous holes that you tried to punch, you could get a double punch. So now I've got all of my holes punched and all of my creases, and it's perfectly sized. So I can then take out some pages from the refill, which are glue bound for portability. So tear off however many you want. I'll do 5. Remember, these plotters are designed to hold minimal paper. I think it's 80 pages. So depending on how many projects you're working on at once, that's how many pages you can hold. If you've got 8 projects going at once, you really only want 5 pages in there because you don't want this to be overloaded. Load up your project manager. Nice and protected. And then drop it into your plotter. I chose to do the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo seasonal digital art for the vellum. And my plan is to have a seasonal project manager inside this plotter. So I know that everything that's in this is going to be in autumn because this is their autumn seasonal. It's Halloween. So everything that's inside this project manager is going to be related to autumn or Halloween or something like that. But nice way to keep things organized inside your plotter. If you want to see a more detailed explanation of how I use my plotter, make a comment in the links below. If you want to see the process on which I print those vellums, make a comment in the comments below. And as always, if you liked this comment, if you could give me a like, a follow, a share, a subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.